Nowhere we ain't never left. Coming with that information for your chest. Entertainment, information, education, retrieve for that generation. New York player, I'm chillin' with Andrea. Yeah, we're about to get this started. set this go up for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Evelyn. I'm here to introduce you to a new level of entertainment. The stars have aligned, connecting Brooklyn, New York, Sacramento, California, and Atlanta, Georgia. The team. Introducing Flatbush, Brooklyn's finest, the boss, Chef Choupino. Hailing from Sacramento, California, is Andrea Lynch. From the dirty South Atlanta, Georgia, is your boy, Victor Freeze Music, or just Vic.
Club phone jump, it's the weekend. Dream come true with the big friends. Hitting on doors, that's a defense. Rolling with all, that's our friends. Hit me, chain, Jude, let me peachin'. With our bull shaking to my maybe drop pins. So they won't buy, and I say, so they won't buy, you the kid play, baby, tell me what you want. Jude, I know you need fun. Ever since remember we been knocking at the door. Y'all been moving paper, we be running up the school. Y'all before that pillar, we was sleeping on the floor. West side Africa, you know the shit ain't hard. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, baby, come roll with me. All night long. As times relax, my mind's relax. I got now from who got next. Here's my number, just send a text. You got a man and she responds, nah. Okay, sure enough, I'ma let you go, don't wanna hold you up. I'ma call your phone when I put it up. Whoever let you go must be dumb as fuck. Wait for, girl you so fine, I pay for. Fly you first class to LA for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Because I don't care what you say. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, driving all night long. My nigga, I kill it. Night long. This the part where you get your girl, nigga. Make sure she focused, nigga. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, hit it. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. That's a hit for your ass, nigga. Hit for your ass, nigga.
I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. Late night. What up, folks? It's your boy, Chef, on the late night creep. Yeah, I'm engaged, so we use the term creep like loosely. Yeah, it just came through. Me and a homegirl just came through just to chop it up with you for a little bit. We had a little moment today, and I had an epiphany. Let's share that moment with y'all. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up the other half of the Truth and Balance project. Just Andrea, aka Andrea Lynch. Was good, yo. How you feeling?
I'm doing good. How you feeling?
I'm good. My vocals, is my audio situated?
Oh, you sound good, like a radio host.
All right. Hey, it's your boy Chef from WCHEF in Seattle, Washington. All right. Watching on that iPad. I know you got all the iPads. You probably got the 14-inch joint that ain't come out, the one that shoot out the blue sprinkles. Yeah, folks. Pardon me if you hear me stretching. I'm shutting this heavy-ass patio door. It's cold in Atlanta. So, pretty much, you know, we always try to revolutionize different little ideas that Andrea and I want to come up with. And there was something that she did, and I have to give you the precursor, give you guys the fine print, so I don't just seem like one of these new generation receipts ass dudes. One of the things that Andrea, myself, Victor Freeze, one of the things we all notice is that some of the best conversations that we've had have been when we're just on the phone. Literally, when we're just on the phone talking. And it's like, damn, I wish we were recording. So there was one point where I asked Andrea permission. I said, yo, if ever I felt like you was in pocket, and you know I come from a music industry background. So I said, imagine if you just was sitting there just freestyling some vocals, playing around at the studio, and I hit record because I felt you were in a particular pocket. You know what I'm saying? Would you have an issue with that? She said no. And I gave her the idea. Every once in a while, if we're in that conversation and you are emotionally in pocket, if you would be okay with me hitting record, right? And she said yes. So I got to give Andrea a high degree or a big salute in terms of trust. You know what I'm saying? Where she said okay. And of course, I said that I would not just go put your stuff out. I would let you know, yo, I just recorded this because you were cooking. What makes Andrea good on this show is the fact that she gets into our emotional pocket where cats like me and Vic, we're thinkers, so we're always parsing our words. So I'm going to share with y'all some of the emotion of what took place, you know. So bear with me real quick. You all right, Andrea? You good?
I'm good.
Okay. So here we go. Oh, hold on. Oops. Hold on, y'all. Pardon me. So why you tell me why you think that? Because quite honestly, you know, the craziest thing about it is it's not some Caucasian cops that did something to black folks.
Yes.
It was 5 brothers
Yes.
and took one brother's life.
Yes.
So in terms of cleaning up our own room, you know, this falls under that. How can we require something of another group that we don't require
We were talking
of ourselves?
about the Tyree Nichols story, getting killed by 5 brothers,
But
not
scream
white
from
cops.
the rafters, but scream from the rafters that our lives matter.
Well, our lives gotta matter to our own people. That's the problem. It don't matter. Our lives don't matter to our own people, because when you can go into a restaurant and shoot up and take somebody's chain, because when you ain't got no care of life, because when you go into a restaurant, shoot a man over his chain and other people in the restaurant in front of his kids. Our lives don't matter to each other. That's the whole point.
And this thing is heavy. I can hear it in your voice. I can hear it in your voice. So we have a lot of stuff that we got to fix on the inside, man. We have a lot of stuff, and we can't keep blaming it on the systemics.
We need to clean our own backyard. If we gonna get the HBU schools cleaned up, start making them presidents accountable for every dime that comes in there. Start having have an outsider looking at it. And if we're stealing from our own motherfucker, arrest their asses and charge them for embezzling the money. You know what my mama used to say when she used to ask who did it, and everybody said I didn't do it. I'm beating all y'all till somebody tell me who done it. I'm gonna make an example. So sometimes you gotta go hard on our people to make an example to get the rest of them to act right.
Right now, you know, we are the marquee. We create culture, but the thing is, we also create subculture and counterculture. And a lot of times, the subculture and the counterculture happens to go against the beauty of the other culture, the artistic culture, the historical culture. It takes away from that. And I agree, it makes us look like shit. You know, the degree of our culture, literally, without getting too political with it, is something as simple as, you know, the presidential candidate not wanting to sit down with Ice Cube to discuss his agenda for the black people.
Yes.
They said they'll talk about it if he helps them win, if they win. Yes. But they chose to sit down with Cardi B. Not to take anything away from Cardi B and her social resonance right now, but that was the choice that was made. So the subculture and the counterculture, those are two other pieces that take away from the beauty of the real culture that we bring to the table. Because that's what the subculture and the counterculture makes more noise and makes more money and gives the others a reason to elicit control over us. For real, for real.
You know what? I didn't tell you this, but we have a woman in the beef sector, It's in Sacramento, California, claiming that she was domestic violence, and come to find out they scammed the people. People were sending her money last night, and I was thinking, how fucking wrong is this?
There was a case back in the days, way back in the days in New York, upstate New York, and it was the Tawana Brawley case. All
yes.
right? And it involved, that was Al Sharpton's first big case.
Yes.
You know, and Tawana had stated that she was assaulted by some cops. You know, and as time began to move, more and more stories changed, and, you know, it looked like it didn't happen. This kind of thing happens a lot. It happens a lot. You know, every race has a scam. Every race has evil people. Every single race. Okay, the deadly sins, they're not limited to one race. Every single race has that within them. And it is what it is. So when we talk about our evils, though, we always tie it into oppression. We always tie it into our oppression. We always tie it into our oppression. And that's why you get certain people talking about victim Olympics and all of that. Because that's what it literally sounds like. So, oh, you didn't do this just to get money. Okay, you took that $150,000 PPP loan because of the, 400 years of oppression that the black people have gone through. You robbed the bank, you flipped them bricks, you did all of these different things. You took somebody's life. Was it because of the oppression?
You know what? I learned it's okay to have a hustle mentality, but don't hustle the people who care about you and doing for you and seeing about you. Hustle the other people. So when you hustle the people who really care about you and doing for you, that's a different mindset. And I'm sad. I'm saddened this morning. I am. I have a grandson. I have 2 sons, and they ain't. I say it's America, it's free, but my sons are brown and black. And I'm more scared of my sons than my daughter. I'm not scared for Olivia. I'm not even scared for Veronica, who's a hothead. The only thing lucky about my son, I had him in March, and he's mild-tempered. He's not aggressive unless he has to. But if I had a son who has a spirit, he's aggressive, it might be a different story.
We're not done. I'm just paused it for a second, just to make sure you guys understand. Andrea and I have this thing called hot phone, where if the conversation gets to a certain depth, we're okay if the person records it if we're in pocket and lets us hear what we sounded like. It's a truly organic experience. And if you listened, you see Andrea was in pocket. How you feeling over there hearing yourself again from earlier?
Yeah, just listen to my voice. I'm like, is that me?
Freaking crybaby.
Okay.
Nah, but so far, what was going through your mind during that conversation?
Well, you triggered me this morning, damn it. Okay.
Tell them about what it was that I did to trigger you.
It was the It was that I felt like he was on that bullshit this morning, and I was like, it's the text message came across, and I got the thing, and I was like, I don't need your philosophy. I want to say I don't need you to be Yana Van Zam. I'm mad, so don't come here with that bullshit today. That's what I wanted. That's what I was trying to when I called you. That's what I was going to tell you. Don't come with that bullshit because I'm mad. I'm mad because of Ed Reed. I'm mad because these 5 cops. This boy has been killed, and in all the emotions that I had this morning to see Ed Reed cry over them kids, and to see them 5 cops, our own brothers, being fired because a man had routine traffic stop, and he's dead after 3 days. He looked
Now
busted up.
remember, it's interesting what you said.
Mm-hmm.
What you said, they
And
got
now,
fired from a routine traffic stop where a black man ended up dead.
yes.
If it was somebody of another creed, some folks would say that he was murdered.
But yes, he is. He is murdered.
Uh-huh. Or
Yes,
deleted. Oh, sorry, YouTube. I just seen like I lost 5 viewers just after I said that. Deleted.
it's deleted. Yes.
But let's finish with your emotional with this conversation before we continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today, I'm just feeling like a little defeated. You try to make a difference in the world. You want things to be better for your kids. You want to talk about the issues and what's going on in the world, and you want to do what's right and try to make the world a better place, like Michael Jackson in the church song says. But this shit keep happening every day.
Michael Jackson in the church song. You talking about Man in the Mirror?
Man in the mirror.
You called it the church song.
So,
Let me keep it going, yo. Welcome, introducing Andrea Lynch. Oh Lord.
Half of the folks is going to jail, half of them aren't going to jail, half folks are getting money, but they ain't getting enough money to take care for the rest of their life for their son losing their life or daughter losing their life. Money don't fix stuff. It's only a band-aid.
So yo, at this point, just think about it like this, man. In terms of you seeing things, you was talking about you've been seeing things differently. You've been seeing things differently, where it's more like the way that your ex-husband saw things, and more like the way your daddy saw things, and now you're starting to understand certain things. So what's going on for you, I think, and I see your emotion. That's a beautiful thing. You're an emotional person. That means that it's hitting you. So I'm not feeling sorry for you, because what's hitting you is some of the things that I've been saying before. It's just you're seeing it played out, and now it's beginning to make sense. So this is part of your epiphany. This is, so do I feel bad for you? Hell no. Nah. I'm glad. It's like, okay, good. She's picking it up now. Now you're seeing it from more than just a we versus them level. You're viewing it from a high level overview of us as a people.
Since I'm a little emotional, okay?
Hey, you're good, man. You're good. Well, yo.
We have to clean up the only way that this is going to work. We have to clean up our own dirty laundry. We have to say what is going on in our community. The only thing this is going to work, if we're going to get the cops right, the HBU schools right, the black community right, is we gotta clean up. We gotta say what's going on in our own backyards.
I agree. But yo, give me a minute, man. I'm gonna hit you back.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Peace. So tell me why you think that? Because quite honestly, What up,
I'm
crybaby?
okay. What's up? What's up?
What up, crybaby?
Okay.
So we got
Yes.
off the phone,
Uh-huh.
and I immediately sent that to you.
Yes, you did.
What did you feel about that? About what you heard?
It was a part. It was a part. I was like, you didn't get that part.
Oh yeah. Oh, see, look at that. Because the conversation had actually started about 6 minutes earlier, y'all. But she got into pocket, man, and this is before she got to on some teary eyed shit. But it was like she was cooking. Like she dropped a couple of N bombs in there and everything. But it was powerful to the point where I was like, yo, look, I'm gonna have to record this. I'm gonna have to ask for, instead of asking for permission, I'm gonna ask for forgiveness. And look, because you tell her the mic is on, she gonna start talking like Victor Freeze. So so I thought it was powerful. I thought it was a powerful display of emotion, and I honestly felt the strength or the power of where you was coming from with that, because at this point we riot as a people in the street. We burn stuff, we tear things down when something happens to us.
Yes.
But when we take a look and we recognize we doing it to ourselves as well.
Yes.
There was not a white face in the mix. That was Memphis. We talk about police forces. One of the most corrupt police forces that's been known in the United States is a predominantly black police force. As New Orleans in Louisiana. So we have a lot of house cleaning to do on the inside, man. We got a lot of house cleaning to do. Folks don't want us to air our dirty laundry out. And but what ends up happening is we end up not airing it out at all. So we don't even handle it within the community.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
And when we do air our dirty laundry out, we're trying to get rid of the people who was airing it out unfairly. All they was trying to do is shine a light on, say this is going on, and I think that's unfair. I definitely, I don't care who you are, what you do for a living, but I will tell you, as my name is Andrea Lynch, and Ed Reed was down there at Bethune College, okay? Historical Black College. He down there cutting grass. Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion. Now my name is Andrea Lynch, and I ain't got as much as cachet as Ed Reed. But when I walk up in there, if I'm the head coach, I'm coming there with a swagger. I should not be cutting no grass, cleaning out no office. That should have been done for me. And I felt like personally it was a little disrespectful, because my name is down there in Ohio, in Canton. My name, my figure, my look is down there. Show some respect. Because if that had been Nick Saban, okay, that attention, we would rise up. But you act like Ed Reed wasn't nobody, and what you wanted to say was a dumb nigga. That's how I feel like they were saying, but they ain't just saying it. That's how they want to treat him. But he
out of here with that bullshit.
He coming down there with his cachet. He coming down there with his friends. He helping the community, and he down there cutting grass. I've been rolling down there and like, I'm gonna do what? That's what I ain't gonna do. But he's down there helping the kids, and the kids are down there helping clean up the college. And my mama always said, if you don't respect where you live, where you go to school at, then what do you respect? And my ex-husband has a pet peeve. Lord have mercy, he got a pet peeve when it comes to his car. And I used to think, it ain't that damn big a deal. The kids touch the glass, he can't stand it. It ain't that big a deal. But what I learned from here is, it is a bigger deal. How you carry yourself, how you integrity, what you got, is a bigger deal. Don't let your kids touch on your car like that, because in the car, you're gonna save the car. And I feel like us black folks was down, didn't show Ed Reed no respect at all. He down there cutting grass and cleaning up his office. He better than me, because I would, me personally, I would have had me some assistance, because that's what I wasn't going to do. But he decided to take his behind down there and give up seeing his son, who had a banquet, sacrifice.
You know, it's
So
funny.
he sacrificed as a father.
Speaking on the Ed Reed situation, sometimes I think we have to understand that if somebody that we bring into our circle has a job to do, a lot of times if they're so great at their job, it may end up annoying us sometimes.
Yes.
If we hire a security company or a security firm, and they are so, if they just are satisfactory, we're cool with it. But if they're so over the top great, what's going to end up happening? They're going to keep me secure, but it's going to end up happening is they may end up not allowing my auntie into my mansion. They may not let, my cousin or my granny into the compound because my security is so tight. And sometimes, you can't fire them for that. It just means they're overzealous, which means they're working hard for you, which means that if Ed Reed goes to that campus and doesn't just talk about it, but goes to go cut grass with his team and clean up with his team, then what happens is, he's doing it and he's saying something and he's holding the situation. It's not even about accountable. He's saying what this situation is.
He's
which
giving
means
back.
that when it comes time to hold them young men accountable, we know he ain't gonna have no problem. Because he was even talking shit to the people that was going to be cutting his check, right?
Right.
So when a black man does something to hold black folk accountable, this is what it looks like.
This is what happens. Go. When you lie and let your brothers take the fall for the shit you did.
Yes,
that's what it looks like, right? But
when you tell black men, because we always want to say we want to protect her, we want to provide her, we want to be a good father to your children and be a good husband, be a good man, provide for your kids, work your ass off for your kids. But when he's saying this ain't right, I don't appreciate this, I'm here to do a job and you ain't doing it, you tell him
right, and they feel like we were doing too much, right? Just like this.
You lie.
This is a classic example of a parent dead set on holding his child accountable for the child's behavior, but the parent is not holding himself accountable for his own behavior. This is bullying. He is being his child's first bully. The message he's sending to his child is that we can hurt people when we perceive that they've done something wrong, which means that this child will likely hurt other people when he grows up. I also wouldn't be surprised if this child grows up with anger issues and trust issues because the person who claims to love him the most hurt him the most. We also, as parents, need to be asking ourselves, what have I done and what behavior have I engaged in and what environment do I have in my house that makes my child afraid to tell me the truth? And if this parent thinks it's okay to put that on the internet, can you imagine what he does to his kids when the camera's not rolling? And that is why the child is lying.
And that's what's going on, not just within the other ethnic communities, it's going on within our community where our perpetual wokeness is not allowing us to speak to things that are taking place within our community because we have the opportunity to blame it on the oppression.
Yes. And there was something I was listening to Roland Martin tonight. I don't really care for Roland Martin, but sometimes he had good stories. So I was over there swollen on the Roland Martin, and I'm listening to the president of Bethune with his lying ass. Yes, I said it because I don't trust anything that come out of his mouth. But the reason he said he had to rescind Ed Reed's job because he was playing some music that had hoes, bitch, and things in it, and Ed Reed said, my assistant put that second video with that music. The kids listen to that music. You in college, you listening to that music. It ain't like these ain't college kids ain't listening to that music. Don't make that an excuse. And he said Disney called and said, "What you gonna do?" Like they was like threatening they're gonna take their sponsor away. So I'm just confused now. We're down at the BET Classic playing house music and all that kind of ratchet music, but yet it's still Disney calling. Really? Y'all are mad because Ed Reed's like Andrea Lynch. She was saying the fuck she want to say, and see the president like Chef. Okay, he's like, he like Chef, and so Ed Reed's a little passionate like Andrea Lynch is too.
Yeah, Andrea Lynch, she ain't gonna let me get a Disney sponsorship with the F-bomb she be dropping.
So Ed Reed, his advisory next door to him, he had to calm him down. He had to go ahead and talk, okay? Because Chef had to calm me down sometime too. So, but I was just irritated because you gonna use a little music that he's playing. Really, them kids using that music. He ain't like them kids ain't hear no cuss words. Come on now, these are college kids, 21, 22, 23. They are been cussing when they got their mama house. No, you just mad because he told you dirty laundry. He told because you ain't got no practice field. He told you ain't got no showers. He told the kids is washing their own uniforms. That's what he told. And you didn't like it.
Mm.
And he said he had sponsors. Shaq already called him. He had $1 billion. He had billion sponsors. Was saying we will build a practice field. We will build showers. We will build facilities on this campus. And then he told me he had never say homeless people are walking through the campus. Okay, and it's not safe for young women, okay, or young men. And he had to tell the homeless men get off the campus. And he said the kids have became immune to it because the homeless man asked a young man for some money. He gave it to him. Now, if I had been, you better glad my child ain't going to Bethune. Oh, it'd be on him cracking. I'll be down there with my side every day. Now the kids has rise up. Now the market, you see, the children has rise up because now they're down there protesting.
Oh, you here cutting up? We should have done this shit on your channel. So at this point, man, what do you think? What do you think? Because let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did look at the interview or the press conference that the president of the school did with Roland Martin.
Mm-hmm.
And, I rocked with Roland Martin, 08, 09, 2010, 2011. And then at some point, he started really seeming extra leftist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Roland was hitting him with some pretty good questions, some hard questions.
I was like, go on, Roland. Let me take some notes. Because he was hitting it real good.
Pause. You didn't catch that one. He was hitting it real good. Hey, okay. But anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the answers that he was giving, if there was some answers that the president of the school could give that would make me be like, okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the answers that he had given.
Mm-hmm.
He spoke to, because remember, majority of the HBCUs are state. Many of them are private.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So all of the state HBCUs, they have more money than the private.
True.
That's why FAMU, my little brother graduated from FAMU, Florida A&M University, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's state in Tallahassee. That's state college. So even though Bethune Cookman is in Florida as well, the state college gets more money. Period.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
naturally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it always already has a systemic funding stream, which are taxes.
Yes.
So in terms of that school and what
Mm-hmm.
took place,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of said when I listened to him, I was like, I wanted to hear if he was full of shit, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I think it's important that we look from somebody else's perspective
Okay.
and see if we were them and we were the leader of that particular organization that has suffered a lot of challenges. You
Yes,
know,
they have. Yes, they have. They
they
have.
still been waiting to convert about 100 to 150 million in a diamond, whatever. They
Yes.
need every penny.
Yes.
So if I'm a person that's building something, not from the ground up, but building it from the rubble back up, and I create a team and I get somebody there that I'm going to need to partner with me to help turn this into something great, the last thing I want to hear is them bitching and moaning about how bad things are here, especially when the job is for us to work together to make it better. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. And
And
I
that's
get
why, yeah, that's why there was a lot of people that had some issue with his tact, how tactful or the lack of tact.
the unprofessional. Come on, ma'am. You fresh professional around here. The unprofessional
Right.
of his.
So that
Yes.
was, considering the situation, I'm able to look to both sides of the coin in
Mm-hmm.
order to understand. I can
Yes.
also tell you that I understand that his tears
Mm-hmm.
were not just tears of him being victimized. I believe that his tears were also the tears of like, damn it, I
Yes.
fucked up.
Yes. I do
Because
believe that.
I do believe that he didn't expect that to happen, and that was the last thing that he wanted.
Yes.
Peace, peace, peace. Raw privilege, raw be privilege. What's going on?
Yes.
Yeah. So you know, let's talk about that because you were talking about the other side. Let's see how we truth and balance. Let's see how balanced you are.
Yes.
If you were the president of Bethune Cookman, talk to me
Uh-huh.
about that.
Yes, I could. I have lost a job because I said a word that I should have never said, and I lost a job. And I promised myself I would never do that again. So I understand where Ed Reed is coming from. I understand how he feels. I'm just thinking, could y'all do it in a way that it could have helped everybody? Everybody could have won. Um, because sometimes us black folks we'll do something to spite our own face. And so I'm just saying, what did it look bad? The optics look bad. Yes, it did. With the sponsors, with everybody, and if it's Disney was threatening to take a sponsor away, it sure did look bad. But what I would say is, in the end, if Ed Reed was the coach, could he have brought more opportunities to this school to get things right? And not only he just the president just said they don't donate. We're not getting a lot of money to this school, and he is bringing donations. Shaq was already saying, I will get practice facilities, I will get jerseys, I will get wash machines down there for you. Other people were saying that. So sometimes, are we waiting the cost? Are we standing on our principle? Some of that old school mentality. Well, you can't speak like this, or you can't say that, or you can't do that. Come on, that is that bullshit, and you know it. And I got a father, and sometimes he had that old school mentality too. And sometimes you gotta budge and move and advance and think about it. Can't always be the way you want it to be. And if you want to, the president and the football coach, they go hand in hand. They go help each other. Yes, was it wrong? Did he apologize? Yes, he did. And he said, I will be professional with this day forward. And this is the teachable moment for his young men that he's teaching. He can say, look, I fucked up. I should never went live. I should never said these cuss words. Y'all don't do that, because them young men who thinking they popular, they be on social media posting shit too. And not only did it teach Ed Reed, it's teaching the young men that he's trying to teach. He told them it's bigger than football. But football is how we get into the door. These young men gonna be better men. Some of them ain't got no fathers. Some of them don't even live with their daddy. Don't even know who their daddy is. But yet still, we're gonna get rid of this brother right here because he said the grass needed mowing. I'm telling you, my name is Andrea Lynch, and I'll be down there in my own limousine, my swag, and I ain't cutting the grass down here. I'm better than that. I'm sorry. I told you, give me a little money. That's what I ain't gonna do. I'm gonna hire me an assistant. I earned that right. And at the end of the day, my daddy always said, when you earn that right, you pay the cost to be the boss. Shoot, my name is in Canton, Ohio. I wish somebody would tell me to mow some grass. I ain't did that since I was 17. Bethune should have had respect for Ed Reed. How about that?
Is it okay for me to talk now?
Yes, it is.
Just checking. I don't want to get in trouble. You know what I mean? I'm, just want to make sure I don't get fined and shit, You know how that be. But yeah, man. So how do I argue with what you were saying? I can't argue with what you were saying. It's the truth. The only thing is, what I asked you was about your truth. Remember, this president is a new president. He's not the same president that helped run it into the ground. He's the guy picking up the pieces. So he and Ed Reed came into a broken system. You follow?
Yes.
And at some point, if you're about the movement and you're about cleaning things up and making things right, the president of Bethune-Cookman University, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was the guy that rescinded Ed Reed's job as coach.
Yes.
The thing is, if I was him, the president, I would have felt the way, because I would have been like, damn, man. Bro, we know this was messed up. It's just like you part of a company and I'm part of a company and we partner together to clean up the hood. We know it's a hard job. But what we're supposed to be doing is motivating. Not just talking about how hard it is, because it's not going to just be us. It's going to be us leading a multitude of other people. So at the end of the day, it is extremely important that those that are on the team, that we show a unified front.
True. I agree with that.
But it's like that girl, and there's girls, ladies or women I've worked with where they have a dude, but they be at work talking about his BS. They be at work talking about, the things about him that annoy them. And my thing is, that's the dude that you got. That's the dude that you got. Why are you telling us this? You follow? So when I look at it, I totally understand Ed Reed's sorrow. I totally understand the tears. But them tears are flavored a little different.
Okay.
Them tears are not just flavored in hurt. Those tears are flavored in personal accountability.
Okay. But what if?
He messed up,
Mm-hmm.
and
True.
he feels as though he messed up. That's why he's saying what he said.
Mm-hmm.
You got people, protesting to have him come back,
Mm-hmm.
but now what the school is using is
Mm-hmm.
the Christianity card. So at this point, they know
Whew.
there's stuff that they know there's pieces that's broken that he don't even know about yet. And if he already talked about cutting grass, they'll probably be like, shit. If he find out about this or he find out about that, we in trouble. You know?
But what
But,
if?
yeah.
What if my question is, because I wonder if I was a reporter down there asking the president, what if the truth come out that Ed Reed has told how I came down here, talked to y'all about it, and y'all didn't do nothing? Because I think sometimes our
That's not what
dirty and
happened though.
huh?
It's not when you say what if Ed Reed came down and talked to them about it and they did nothing about it. That's not what happened.
Uh-huh.
Ed Reed
Mm-hmm.
got there.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, I'm looking at it from other side perspective. He
Okay.
got there and he
Mm-hmm.
saw what he saw.
Okay.
He knew it was a broken system,
Okay. Yes.
but he got there and he started popping shit. He
Okay.
started popping shit.
Well, what if he didn't? What if he didn't? What if he was naive and didn't expect to see that?
You talking about the naive NFL Hall of Famer? That one?
Sometimes you could be a little naive to walking into a place that you don't know nothing about. I'm just asking some questions.
Mm, naive. Now you sounding naive, buddy.
Okay, chef.
Yeah, now that sounded naive, my friend. Come on now.
Okay.
Naive. I don't know if
Okay.
I could give naive. You know,
Uh,
it
maybe.
was
Um,
sometimes
mm-hmm,
we make moves as people, and the
mm-hmm.
moves that we make put us in certain positions.
Okay.
And sometimes even though they may bother people,
Yes.
it may put us in a better place of optics. But that's always the risk that we take. And
Yeah,
I
I think.
believe that was a risk, and you know
Um, I don't think
he
it.
was moving right. He was moving like Prime. He was
Yes.
moving like right.
Yes. Yes. I will say that could be his Achilles
Exactly.
heel. Because
Peace, Mr. O.
it was his Achilles heel to go in there. But see, Prime is a little different than Ed Reed. See, you Prime, and I'm Ed Reed. And the reason that Prime is able to do the things that he can do and the moves that he can make because he's even keel. Ed Reed is a little Andrea Lynch, hothead. So
Yeah, I say Ed Reed is more soldier than general.
yes, and so Prime can move and shake and move because he's even keel. He know what to say. He know how to move, and it ain't gonna what's the word I'm trying to say? It ain't gonna what's the word I'm looking for? It's not gonna offend nobody. It's not gonna offend. And I wish Ed Reed would never made the video. I wish he would never said anything. Just gone and took his head down and gone did it. And afterwards said something or not say nothing at all. Sometimes get the job, get the job, get it on paper, and then when you got the job, you're able to say how you feel. But sometimes us is who are passionate, and so I would say Prime is a little more. Prime is Dion is a little more savvy when it comes to speaking and
Parsing his words.
caution his words, because he been on NFL Live for almost 6 or 7 years. He have done television. So Ed Reed is, I don't believe Ed Reed has been on television like that. Because personally, I personally would have made him cut the beard down a little bit, shave it a little bit. I personally could maybe taper that hair a little bit. I'm just saying. I ain't trying to tell black men how to do it, but personally, I would have cut that beard down a little bit, taper that hair. I'm just saying, okay, just saying. But Prime is a little more polished because he had worked for NFL Live. He has been on shows. He has so the what is it the polish and the how to speak and parse his words. He have already had them classes because he have before he became a coach, because he worked for NFL Live and them kind of stuff. So I don't. Ed Reed was a little naive about it. It's more about Nick Saban. I watch Nick Saban a lot too. It's more about what you don't say, and it's more about how you parse your words and how you you deal with the public and how you finesse the public. And I don't think Ed Reed had anybody prepare him for that. And I would not say I blame Prime, but I would, if that was my boy, I would have helped him along the way.
Okay. So at this point, what do you think he should do? I want you to answer two for me. What do you think Ed Reed should do now that he's faced with this situation? Oh, what up, Tequila Empress? Oh, where's the other guy host? The team, that's called the team. That's with all three of us. Andrea, Victor Freeze, and myself. Truth and Balance is Andrea and myself. But I'm glad you watch.
I would walk away, talk to them parents, them brothers who are already there at that school. I would walk away, wish them well, and hopefully, that he will learn the lesson never to do this again. So when he gets the opportunity again, because it will come back around. Trust and believe. Some of these HBU schools need some black coaches. I'm just being honest. Okay. And he will get the opportunity again for the next.
Wait, I'm going to stop you. For the record, y'all, Andrea, the school that she went to, they didn't like to use the letter C. So when she means compartmentalize, she'll just say compartmentalize. When she's going to say HBCU, she'll just say HBU. So don't think that you're going crazy. It's just that, some people, when they have somebody that has a lisp, it's like they add an S to everything they say. Andrea has a different one. She got like the negative C lisp. So she eliminates C.
So when he gets an opportunity again, I believe he would take full force and it would be better. But let me tell you something. God will close one door, he will damn sure open another one for you. So I say, Ed, my brother, keep it moving, keep praying, and you will get an opportunity again. It might just not be your time right now. This is a lesson for your kids. This is a lesson for you. I wouldn't put my head down. I would tell them parents, I appreciate you making sure that your son or daughter was coming here to play football, and I appreciate the opportunity, but I will not be here to be their head coach. Sometimes I think sometimes as black folks is want to keep on fighting, and sometimes when you just let it go and move on, it'll be better.
Okay. So let's talk. Marcus said School of Hard Knocks, Andrea edition. He said Andrea made the letter C divest from her vocabulary. The divestment movement. That was a good one. That was a good one. So you gave what you would do if you were Ed Reed.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, there was a two-part question. What would you do if you were the school?
Yeah, me, I would have, if I was the president, I would have had a press conference with me and Ed Reed saying that press conference saying that he apologized, that he gonna do better, he gonna be more professional, and I would have gave him a second chance. I would. I mean, I would hope he would say he was sorry for doing that. Maybe it was wrong, but I would have gave him a second chance. I would have. Sometimes we as people need second chances. What did Don King say? Only in America. So you got the criminals can do 20 years and get a second chance. How come Ed Reed can't get a second chance? He ain't no criminal. He damn sure ain't no thug. He a good father, a husband, an upstanding man in the community. His damn name is in Canton, Ohio. Don't that mean something to y'all? It means something to me. I watch football every Sunday. Them brothers put their life on the line. I respect. Shoot, Ed Reed up in Sacramento, California. Attention, Andrea Lynch. I'm a show some respect. And sometimes these old school, I'm sorry, but sometimes these old school mentality should learn how to get with the new school mentality. Because if there's children down there protesting, and there's children down there speaking out, and there's children down there saying there's mold in their room, did Ed Reed lie? Just ask the question. And see what you're going to do. The president, I would say, see what you fail to realize, them college students that show over there teaching, they got TikTok, Facebook. And since you want to get rid of Ed Reed, they're going to tell you dirty laundry. You see how that works? Just saying.
Yeah, they're gonna air you out. Well, what do you think about what O just said? Can you see it? Hello?
I'm sorry, Chef. Yes, I was reading it. I'm sorry. But I agree. I just told Chef Ed Reed is Andrea Lynch and Prime is Chef Choupino. So I agree with you. Definitely, Mr. O. I agree. He run by emotion. But is that a character flaw? Is that is that something that Prime does? But the only thing difference between Prime and Ed, Prime has already been he's already had that structure. He worked for the NFL Network. He had that structure. So what I say, the difference between Prime and Ed, the only thing is Prime has had that structure. Prime has had that cachet around him that he know how to parse his words. He know how. This is like, it's almost like this. It's like Chef and Andrea. Chef grew up in New York and went to some of the white schools. Andrea grew up in the hood and went to some of the hood schools. So the only thing difference is Andrea's a little hood, Chef a little different. That's it. They
You
all
was going to say nerdy.
Shoot, there was, but we all are trying to get to this. We all trying to get to the same thing, and that's the only thing different. If if Ed Reed would have had that same experience as Prime and been working for the NFL Network, and then and they how to parse his words, and then and they showed him how to do media, and showed him how to do all that, it wouldn't be no different.
You know, it's funny though.
Uh-huh.
So pretty much, what you're saying is Ed was just more like a bull in the china shop, in the glass shop. He was rough around the edges.
Yes, rough around the edges. Yes.
What's funny is you think about basketball, college NCAA basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember Bobby Knight. You know.
Oh yes, Bobby Knight in Indiana. Mm-hmm.
He cuss a motherfucker out. You understand what I'm saying? You had John Thompson cussing out drug dealers, the biggest drug dealers in the DC,
yes,
Maryland, Virginia area, making sure his players don't go around them.
Yes.
You got all type of coaches that know Bobby Bowden. It's like all of these different coaches that are known for being hard asses.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're known for.
Yes.
Because there's a high degree of accountability that comes from having a leader like that as a general.
Mm-hmm.
And I go directly back to the metaphor that I use with having security that is so secure that it keeps my homies out of my mansion. It keeps, sometimes security is so tight my auntie can't get in to come and see me. It may be inconvenient, but I know that security apparatus that I have is fluid and strong. And understanding that he may not be tactful.
Yes.
Ed Reed may not be tactful.
Yes. But this is one thing that...
Well, wait. Let me land this, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Ed Reed may not be tactful. But football is not a tactful sport.
True.
It's just contact where people are running into each other at 40, 50 miles per hour equivalent collisions. This is strategy. This is the battlefield. This is the ultimate combat that people have been trained for years. So this is not a tactful sport. Your job, your energy, your focus is to put another man on the ground in order to allow your man to go to promised land, which is the end zone, and vice versa. This is a physical game. They're not playing like gentlemen. You don't see nobody with no handkerchief. This is gladiator warfare. George General Patton was a badass. General MacArthur was a badass. Napoleon, badass. Mansa Musa, badass. Hannibal, badass. The leaders of warriors, bad ass. And not reasonable people.
Okay.
Lenin, Stalin, Mussolini, any military leaders that were generals of soldiers. We're not getting political. We're just talking about successful generals of soldiers.
Yes.
They were extra. Because people risk themselves, their lives, their physicality, and everything to follow your rule in order to get success. Generals are not gentlemen.
True.
Generals are not gentlemen.
Wow. I didn't think about it that day. But this is something.
Honestly, you want what you want? You want somebody protecting your house, protecting you and your kids. You know what I'm saying? And his biggest thing is he knows how to do pottery, and he did ballet in undergrad.
No.
Or you want that guy that was a soldier, that guy that did MMA, that guy that was known in the hood for breaking dudes' arms.
Yes. Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. But it was something, I was just thinking about that when he was talking about it. It was something that Dion said when, because Shannon Sharp did an interview with him. So people go check out the interview. But Dion said, Shannon Sharp asked Dion, when Colorado asked you to be their next head coach, did they know all about you? And Dion, and so to for me, I would bag the question to Bethune. Did you know everything about Ed Reed? Did you know how passionate he was? Did you know he could be a wild card? I'm just asking the question. Because when Dion said Colorado knew everything about him, the way he moved, the way he threw things, everything, extensive D.
So wait. All that means is, for one, Colorado got budget.
True.
When they said that, yeah, we don't have it, but we'll get it for them, they already had the money. Okay.
Yes.
They got $180 million program. They got the money.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I wanna answer it the right way.
Okay.
Ask it again. I want to make sure I get the detail. I'm being too particular.
When Shannon Sharp asked Dion when he did an interview with him, he asked, "Did Colorado
about them knowing everything that he's doing?"
Yeah, everything that he's doing.
Right.
You know,
that's the piece. I'm going to answer that piece.
Okay.
When you have $180 million program, you got staff, you study. Even somebody as simple as just some regular old Joe Schmo that you know he's thinking about, you know, going to a certain job. He goes and researches what that company does. He goes and pays attention to it. You know, he might go and sneak and follow the Facebook of the guy that is going to interview him, and he sees what he's into. You know what I mean? He may see that the guy he's going to interview with is a 49ers fan, but he happens to be a Cowboys fan. But he going to make believe, you know, he going to make sure he has he going to mess around and have a little 49ers keychain on his keychain. You know, there's different things that when you're trying to create business, you pay attention and research what it is that they like, what it is that they want, because it's a business thing.
Okay. So hold that thought. Okay. Then my question to you is, did Bethune not do all
Why you whispering your parents home?
My question to you is, did Bethune not do all their research on Ed Reed before they hired him then?
I just tell you, you just compared $180 million program to a program that can't even mow their own grass. So I don't. Until you want me to answer that question, I just wanted to restate the dynamics of the situation and for you to think about it and see, okay, if you had your question was already answered.
Okay.
Because I said it. I had said it before. Literally, $180 million program. They have the investment. They have the investigators. They get to know this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They got that bread.
Okay.
And remember, it's $180 million program where they wouldn't paying the athletes.
True.
So they got enough to figure out what it is that he knows to do their research. Bethune-Cookman College or Bethune-Cookman University is trying to still, because that one is a private one. So those are the ones that you see the celebrities want to donate to, the private, right?
Yes.
The people ain't going to donate to Jackson State because it's a state university. It's just in Mississippi. Is just, but anyway. So they did what they were supposed to do. Bethune-Cookman, yeah, they could have done more research, but they were catching a discount as well because they needed one.
Mhm.
They needed a discount. The money they're supposed to get, they didn't get yet. So they definitely needed a discount.
I think for me, to me, looking at it is, I say it's sad on both. I wish they could have came together and figured it out, but sometimes you can't, and sometimes you got to move on. Sometimes you got to cut your loss, and that's what Dion was telling him. You got to cut his loss right now. Um, but I feel bad for them students who decided they wanted to go there and play for him. And sometimes in life, as students, as children, as adults, you don't get everything you want, but you keep it moving. You keep it. He have told them kids to keep their grades up. He have encouraged them to keep on moving, and that's all you can do. But I would say, I guarantee you, he's gonna get He's gonna get an opportunity again, and the next time it comes around, he gonna know better. But I do believe, for our community, we need to start airing out our dirty laundry. Period. Because if we don't, this gonna keep happening. And what's gonna happen is, see, our young people are tech savvy, and see, as they see Ed Reed lose his job for telling the truth, what they gonna be doing is start filming in there and out, and on a TikTok and on their Instagram and on their Facebook. So my thing is, we all work hand in hand. Maybe you should have a town hall meeting with them students who are a little upset, and try to hear where they coming from, and still feeling like they ain't got no voice. Because at the end of the day, Bethune-Cookman don't run if the kids ain't no students there. Bethune-Cookman don't run if you ain't got no students. It's really about the education of the children.
I thought we
Sometimes,
talking about Bethune Cookman.
yeah.
Bethune Cook is that's the fried chicken place down the block from the school.
I mean, the college. My bad. It don't run if the kids ain't going to school. It don't run. I think if the kids are in an uproar and having protests and having petitions, shouldn't the administration be down there talking to them kids? Because they're telling the dirty laundry right now. Roland Martin just has some kids on there. I just see on the Instagram, kids is on the Instagram doing TikToks right now, telling what's going on. So you're mad at Ed Reed, you get rid of him, but the kids are down there having the uproar. Maybe you should be having a town hall about them kids down there telling your business down, because it was gonna get out. And let me tell you something. All them kids are signing petitions. Obviously, they must say this is wrong. Their young minds are saying this ain't right. They don't feel like this is right. So don't we work hand in hand?
You gotta give them the why. You know why they feel. You gotta tell these folks why those students that were petitioning and protesting, why they feel that it's right, that it's not right.
Well, they was down there.
He was complaining. He was literally complaining about the same exact things that they've been complaining about.
Yes.
That's key.
And they feel like nobody was hearing them, and he did.
Right.
So I'm just saying, the president down there, he got a mask on. He got a problem down there. Ed Reed ain't his problem. It's the students is his problem there. Because when you get to social media and them kids start making TikToks and Facebook and stuff, he is out of control now. He might have controlled Ed Reed and shut him down. But let me tell you, these kids got phones. They're showing it now.
And that's where Ed Reed, if he was Coach Prime, he would have played it more like a chess game.
Yes.
He would have been able to allow the kids, he would have said things in a certain way, and the kids would have mobilized, which
Mm-hmm.
means so by the time he actually came and opened his mouth, it would look like he was defending the kids' movement and they would
Yes.
rally behind him.
Yes.
With Ed, the kids are rallying behind him.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more of a what you would call a slow drip
Yes.
because, it was smart of him to do that press conference or that interview or that conference that he did with them where he made sure they understood this is what they sent me and this is not true.
Yes.
Now, that letter that they sent where people said, oh, the university tried to create a fraud. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
What that letter is, when
Yes.
companies want to allow you an opportunity to leave and not be fired
Okay. Okay.
and not be embarrassed, what the
Okay.
company does is will draft something that you can sign that, me, Chef Choupino, I'm resigning, such and such. I enjoyed the time that I spent with this corporation. You know, there's a lot of companies that would offer you to resign instead of you being fired.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The police that get into trouble where you see, before anything happened, they resigned
Yes.
and they went to another police force so that they
Yes.
couldn't get fired and they wouldn't lose their pension and blah blah blah.
Yes.
That's part of the way it works as well.
Yes.
But yeah,
No, I hope this is, to me. I showed my son this. So not only do I look at things a teachable moment in my own family, I have a son, and so I teach. It's a teachable moment for me and him to have a conversation in how he feels about and how he feels. And I asked him, how did you feel? And he was like, Mom, I felt like it was wrong, but I did not. But did you understand what he did and the magnitude that he did? And then I broke it down like the cuss words. It's a Christian school, and he was like, "Oh, okay. It's the optics. It didn't look good." So sometimes I use these scenarios that's going on in our real life, and this when it happened to with sports, to have the conversation with my son who's about to be 24, and a teachable moment for him that he don't put himself in a situation like this when he's at a new job that he ain't got a contract yet. Hopefully these young black men will learn that too. Don't use their social media to try to tell everything. Sometimes everything is not for social media. Period.
I agree.
So that's it.
So listen,
Mm-hmm.
the original impetus for this was that call
Yes.
that Andrea and I had earlier, which was one of the first iterations of what we're gonna call the hot mic phone or
Mm-hmm.
the hot
Yes.
phone edition. And it's gonna be real conversations that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And it may be one of the ones that you don't like, you know.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. There was a heavy conversation that we had with Victor Free's music one night talking
Mm-hmm.
about Tom and Giselle. So
Yes.
stay tuned. Stay tuned to us. Stay tuned to Just Andrea. Stay tuned to Chef Choupino's channel.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned to Victor Free's music's channel. Stay tuned to No Glove Sports. But we definitely have a special edition where you're going to see us in rare form. And you're going to see us kind of going in on each other. But that's what family do.
Yes.
So,
Uh,
Andrea Lynch,
yes.
please let all of these wonderful folks know what makes you a wonderful, special soul within this universe.
What makes me a unique soul in this universe? I'm just trying to do my part as a parent. I'm just trying to do my part as a human being. And I'm just trying to do my part as leaving my legacy for my grandson. on these YouTube streaks. So that's what I'm trying to do. And I think I'm doing a good job. I go back and look at my old shows and check out me and Chef first show. That show was good. Okay, that's a classic. Check out that first show that me and Chef did it. We did. That was a classic.
Yeah, I restreamed our very first Truth and Balance show. And you'll see it. It's called Truth and Balance, episode 1. That was the very first show that she had and I had done as a duo, not just with the team. When Vic is there, it's the team. She and I is Truth and Balance. You know what I'm saying? Because she don't tell the truth and I give balance. But
yo, you guys check out my show in the morning. Sometimes I come on in the morning, but check out my show in the morning. You know, my birthday is Saturday. I'll be 48 years old. And so come on by and say hello.
And y'all already know, these California girls be shaving about 6 or 7 years off their age. So, she about to be 55, y'all.
No, I'm not. I ain't 50 yet. That's 48. I ain't hit the big 50 yet. It's got a couple of years ago.
All right. Well, listen, I'm glad you guys came to indulge in another exercise in intellectual debauchery, but let's call this Andrea's emotional debauchery because I sent her something that got her emotional. And you guys were able to hear the flavor of it. I thank each and every one of you for joining the show, coming through, sending love, share this out to your folks. So right now it looks like it's not a whole lot in here, Andrea, but you know the way I tell them, normally I'll send folks out on a magic carpet with a big ass V in the middle of the carpet. Can you please let these folks know what that V stands for?
It's called vibing.
Vibing. Let's go. Peace, love, and light. We out.
Club phone jump, it's the weekend. Dream come true with the big friends. Hitting on doors, that's a defense. Rolling with all that's that offense. It me change, you let me peach. With a bull shaking to my maybe drop bands. So they don't buy, and I say, so they don't buy, you to give play. Baby, tell me what you want. Julian, I know you need fun. Ever since remember we been knocking at the door. Y'all been moving paper, we be running up the school. Y'all before that pillar, we was sleeping on the floor. West side Africa, you know the shit ain't hard. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, baby, come roll with me. All night long. As times relax, my mind's relax. I got now from who got next. Here's my number, just send a text. You got a man and she responds, nah. Okay, sure enough. I'ma let you go, don't wanna hold you up. I'ma call your phone when I put it up. Whoever let you go must be dumb as fuck. Wait for. Girl, you so fine, I pay for. Fly you first class to LA for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Because I don't care what you say. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, driving all night long. My nigga, I killed it. Night long. This the part where you get your girl, nigga. Make sure she focused, nigga. Make sure you focus, nigga. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, hit it. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. That's a hit.
Cheap, lying, no good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah!